Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight UK season 10 episodes 5 and 6. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. We're gonna start with Mave and Joe. So they are on their honeymoon and he is still concerned about her temperament, and she says she only really gets combative and stuff when she's been drinking. Drinking or not, that's something to be concerned about.
The more I drink, the more like cheekier I get. Looking to like pushy buttons I get. Because you've calmed down and mate, like that's what I wanted. Right now, probably not. If he can handle me at my worst, he can have me at my best.
I think like a lot of things that Maeve does, the drinking is a mechanism, a coping mechanism, a defense mechanism, maybe coping. But yeah, definitely a defense mechanism for sure. Like, hey, let me just be the good time, fun time girl. I don't want anybody to get too close to me, you know? She also says that she believes in the saying, treat him mean, keep him keen. How about no? How about we just be good to one another? And if he's not keen, that's a him problem, not a you problem. Move on to the next person. Like, why do we have to mistreat people? I don't, maybe I'm not understanding the saying. Maybe that's a UK thing. One of y'all could break it down to me. But I'm just like, we're excusing bad behavior? Really? That's what it felt like to me, but moving on. They start to talk about her being a mom, and she is getting softer. She's opening up. She's being vulnerable. She says that her son is her world, obviously. And he lets her know, I like experiencing the softer side of you, right? So when they have another date, he lets her know that although he does like that, it concerns him that whenever they're in public, it seems as if that wall goes back up, and immediately the wall shot right back up. And she said, I don't want people to see that I'm vulnerable, and I don't want people. This is why I questioned, I'm pretty sure it was her. I questioned why the producers would take her on board. Well, for entertainment, fine. But for somebody to come in saying, yeah, I actually don't take time to heal from my past relationships, I deliberately carry that baggage into the next one, that's a problem. That's a problem. She realizes the error in her ways. She ends up apologizing, and he accepts, so much so that they ended up doing the nasty. I said, okay now. Okay. So yeah, they are on a better track now, but Maeve, at some point, you gotta grow up, and being vulnerable is a part of growing up. No longer being the party girl is a part of growing up. Like, I'm not gonna bring her motherhood into it because I'm not here to judge mothers. But I'm here to judge these relationships. And if you want a healthy one, you're going to have to grow up. Leah and Lee are still awkward with each other. Leah is saying, I feel like I'm doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I compliment you. I take the initiative. She's really in that masculine that Lee was looking for. And Lee has the audacity to question that.
She has been a bit aggy and stuff with me. It's emotionally draining. I feel like I'm maybe trying a little bit harder.
Are you?
I need a little bit of like flirtiness back.
Like that part for me is just like not there yet. Okay, do we want to just dig me out how fucking awful I am?
We have to meet in the middle if we want it to try and work.
Lee, now you know damn well you haven't done a thing to contribute in the success of this relationship. Nothing at all. Leah has absolutely been doing the heavy lifting, and it seems like Leah doesn't have a problem as long as there's some reciprocity coming, and right now she's getting nothing from Lee. Later on, they do have a conversation. It felt like somebody had a talking to to Lee, and she admits that she was being difficult deliberately because it's how she protects herself since she has been hurt so many times in the past. Again, they bring these people with all these insecurities, and like, I just want everybody to know, Married at First Sight is entertainment for me. It's not like I'm speaking on these people's lives like I really know them. However, there are people in real life who are like this. They know that they are so damaged and they have all these issues that they need to work out. And instead of doing that, they jump into another relationship that potentially just causes more hurt. You know what I'm saying? All this time you've been sabotaging a connection that could have been great because you didn't take the time to resolve anything from the past that was, you know, already bothering you. If something comes up, that's different. But if you know, oh yeah, no, I struggle with vulnerability, and honestly, I'm not really trying to work on it anytime soon, like, that's a problem. That's a problem. Moving on to Julia, Ruth, and Devanni. Man, they went from cloud nine to freaking the depths of hell. I don't know what's going on with this couple. He is a Debbie Downer. He's a negative Nancy. And Julia, it's Julia, right? Julia Ruth doesn't like that. And who would like that? Like I said in the previous episode, ain't nothing gonna dry up the cooch more than a Debbie Downer.
Oh, look at that.
Are you like a scenic person, like how I've grown up, I've always been a protector or just a facilitator? I could potentially be alone for the rest of my life. That would be the worst. I think the worst thing is that I've always went through life questioning why certain things happen.
With Devanni, it is quite difficult to find the fun, light-hearted side. You attract negativity and draw negativity.
Was it intentional to put you in that situation where it was like, damn, I'm trying to be Mr. Negative?
The way you say things, it's just like a tornado of negativity. He doesn't see any positives or like with me. It's just like.
So obviously she doesn't like the fact that he's very negative, but he's also low energy. They're on their honeymoon. She's excited to be exploring things, doing these dates and just having fun, like getting to know your new partner. And he's just so like, yeah, very Eeyore, very melancholy. And yeah, she's over it. I would be too. Now, on top of that, he's also very intense and he wants to have these deep conversations all the time. And she's just like, I don't need everything to be like high stress, like, bro, can we just have fun? Can we just chill? It doesn't have to be, but then don't be too chill to the point where it looks like you're bored. Like there were times where I went straight to TikTok whenever he was on my screen. I was bored watching this man's conversations with Julia Ruth. But anyways, he ends up snapping at her. I'm not quite sure what was said because this happened off camera, but they spent time apart, right? He ended up apologizing and writing her a song, and she accepted the apology, but she told him, don't speak to me that way ever again, right? From the preview, it looks like he is going to speak to her like that again, or he's at least going to go back to being negative and just being, look, you're so draining, you know? And you know what? Like, to make matters worse, she did mention the fact that she was typically drawn to taller men, right? But because of how quickly they clicked, it seems like that was something that she was willing to overlook. Now that he's showing all these other issues, she's throwing in the fact that he's also short, and now he's gonna have a complex about that. And it's just, oh my gosh, your connection was so good at the beginning. Let's tap back into that, please. Devanni, what happened? If he does want to have these deep conversations, I think that there's room for that, especially if you preface, hey, I want to get deep for a moment. Is that okay with you? Then Julia Ruth knows what's up and, you know, she can mentally prepare. Instead of like, we're having a great time. Hey, let's talk about your deep, dark trauma. Hey, not all the time trauma. Next to get married is Rebecca, the perfectionist, and Bailey, who loves to be the center of attention. She says she loves an alpha male, whatever that means to you, child. I have my own vision, and I don't feel like Bailey is the vision of being an alpha male. He leans into his height, and I think that his stature is the only thing that really translates alpha male. He's very loud and very confident, but to me, that's about it. So at the wedding, I'm not surprised that she was like, I'm not feeling it.
How's it going, you all right? She's absolutely stunning. She's a bit of me. God, you look lovely, by the way. Oh. Like a Cheshire cat. How tall are you? 6'4".
6'4"? He's not 6'4". I guess 6'1".
Alarm bells are going off in my head.
I don't know if he'd be my type that I'd gravitate to.
A man on a mission to get a kiss. Maybe a bit of tongue later.
So at the reception, Bailey is saying all these things. Oh yeah, I go to the gym and I do this and I'm just trying to use all these justifications to prove that he's an alpha male, right? His ego is also bruised right now because at the altar, she gave him the cheek. At the photo shoot, she gave him the cheek, right? So he's like, bruh, I'm not used to being shut down like this. I need to prove that I'm that guy. Unfortunately, it's not working for Rebecca. And Rebecca even called it out. An alpha male doesn't need to justify being an alpha male. He simply is. He simply is. And I personally don't see alpha male as being like super macho, being arrogant, being, you know, but somebody who just has that air of confidence that's not cockiness. He's a protector, he's a provider, he, like, stuff like that. I have yet to see that in Bailey. I just see a lot of bravado. I see a lot of overcompensation. you know? Then the friends, they're not making it any better. They're like, yeah, in his last relationship, he basically conformed to this image of a man that the ex had in mind. And she's like, this is Rebecca. She's like, well, that's also not behavior of an alpha man. Like, you shouldn't be told how to be. That was a little bit murky for me because I do think that in relationships, there's compromise. And it was only a thing of like dressing. Like, he would dress differently because she dressed in a quirky way, so he followed suit, right? I don't think that that's an issue. But in general, relationships come with compromise. And so I didn't really like that she said, you shouldn't change. Like, that's not very alpha of you. You shouldn't change. In general, changes happen in relationships. She went into the honeymoon deciding to give him a chance. So they end up doing a salsa dance class, right? And so things are really intimate, they're sexy, they're sensual, and she's starting to get the feels.
I'm not used to people maybe not fancying me. I'm gonna put on the moves a little bit, pull her in a bit closer. Like 6, 7.
I'm really starting to see that alpha side.
Rebecca says she does love PDA with the right person. And so seeing Bailey get, you know, comfortable in his skin, start to take the lead in the dance class, getting physical with her, not too much though, physical within reason, it really got her going. And it was nice to see him just be a little bit more chill. I felt like he was definitely overcompensating at the wedding and the reception. He was just doing a lot, right? But now they've had some more time together, they've got the nerves out of the way, you would hope. At this point, they hadn't kissed yet, like not properly, but later that night, they did kiss. And so he's starting to feel a little bit more assured in his relationship, which is good. Then they get a notice that because of a cyclone, they're not allowed to leave the hotel room. And so he takes the initiative. And he plans a romantic date in the hotel room. That was like chef's kiss for her. And from there, she was like, yeah, I'm really into him. I'm starting to see those characteristics that I was asking for in him. They did have a final date where they were smooching. They also opened up more. They were talking about the fact that he's a dad, and he said that leaving his last relationship was really hard because they do have a child together, right? He thinks that they just grew apart. I always question it when people say that they grew apart, but whatever. But although he's already a father, he's eager to build a family with his next partner, which is good for Rebecca because she does want kids as well. Yeah, it looks like things are going really well for them. Last to get married is Paul, who might be an older guy, but he's very young at heart, and Anita, who loves adventure and living on the wild side. She's looking for a silver fox. I don't know what her image of a silver fox would be. I would love to know what she was looking for. Well, I guess I could. Who's like a silver fox? I don't know. I don't be knowing old people. Is that like Hugh Hefner before? I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. So, or would it be like the guy? Oh, was that Australia? The guy from last year, the guy who was doing the motorcycles. Is that more of a silver fox? Anyways, at the altar, he was very happy with what he got. Her not so much.
Hello.
Wow, look amazing.
Thank you.
And Paul?
I'm Anita.
Where did I sign? Wow. Toing.
He's not the silver fox I had in mind.
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, you're joking.
No, okay. Probably used a quill and paper, like I did. As it has no end, now they'll show my love for you. Yes!
So Paul's daughter was concerned that he was going to lean into the humor so much so that his partner would be a little bit turned off. I do think that humor is good, but time and place and everything in moderation. At the wedding with a stranger, sometimes it could be off-putting. And so throughout the reception, it was basically the same thing. She's trying to warm up to him. His humor is rubbing her the wrong way. That's gonna transcend into the honeymoon, right? So she's realizing that, okay, on paper, maybe we are compatible. He has a zest for life. He has lived a life with a partner before. He has kids and all of that. He has the sense of humor that she was looking for. But now when it comes to being mature, when it comes to being vulnerable, he struggles severely.
Feel frustrated because it feels like he doesn't really want to get to know us.
Never had a serious relationship for 15 years.
A very long time to be single and then all of a sudden be wanting a wife. Any particular question you want to ask me about
No, I want you to tell me. Why can't you open up to me?
I'd class that as being interested. Love is,
See the pause?
I need somebody who knows what they want. So why did you want to get married? You didn't join the experiment to find love.
Take myself out of the comfort zone, which I've definitely done. I don't know what love is. How can I find something I don't know what it is?
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Paul made a really good point. I don't agree, but it was a good point. He said, I can't say that I came in here looking for love if that's not what I've experienced. So I came into this experiment because it is an experiment and we're supposed to see if this thing is, you know, possible to find. So it's not to say that I had a vision of what love is. I wouldn't need to come into an experiment to find that out. If I knew what love was, I would already find it. I came into the experiment to see what love is and if I could find it. I was like, well, you may have a point. Like, you may have a point there, Paul, whatever. But Anita does not like his answers to what he believes love is. He's like, I don't know, it's complicated. End of story. He has a juvenile response to a lot of things. She also takes issue with the fact that he hasn't had a girlfriend in 15 years. She feels like she is well ahead of him when it comes to having that intentionality in relationships and yearning for love that she lost not too long ago. So that's something that she's experienced in more recent years than he has. And also maybe he just got comfortable with just being on his own and getting in touch with his younger side. Just maybe it allowed him to not have to face the deeper things that he'd been dealing with. The fact that he has been single for so long and obviously yearning for partnership. The fact that he has daddy issues that he might not want to get into. So I think him infantilizing himself is a way for him to cope. So yeah, he does not want to get too vulnerable. Anita does not like the fact that he's not vulnerable. And they're going to go into the apartments with this tension. We will see if there will be a turnaround, but I don't think that there will be. I don't think there will be for a lot of the couples who are leaving the honeymoon on the rocks. Stranger things have happened on Married at First Sight. Some people actually do have some long, successful relationships. But so far, this season has a lot of tragedies, a lot of train wrecks. But we'll see how things go. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.